rest in peace to Marshawn Kneeland for the Dallas Cowboys, the defensive end who unfortunately lost his life last week, a couple days after the Monday night game against the Cardinals at the age of 24. And I've seen today, like Jerry Jones speak about it. I've been reading about like the Dallas Cowboys. I think it was on Monday of the week, like a lot of the whole team came in and I believe they gave like personal tributes to Marshawn. So yeah, we're sending our condolences to Marshawn Leland's family, his girlfriend, his friends, his teammates, and everyone that is associated with him. So yeah, Marshawn Leland, age 24.
Yeah, rest in peace, and you gotta speak to people, man.
Indeed, man.
We had a couple
It's
of
life. Huh?
yeah, it's true. You gotta have those conversations. You can't have everything on your own head. I know he's an NFL player, and he was the kind of the man that they were looking to. So he felt everything, all the pressure was on him. But sometimes you have to just take that pressure off yourself and have conversations. It's sad, but
Yeah, that's again just the importance of mental health. Obviously, this month being mental health month, men in general, everyone should take it serious. But like men, do not run away from those conversations, especially with your loved ones, your close ones. Even if you don't want to tell multiple people, which you don't need to, at least tell one or two people, so they know they can check in on you. They understand what you're going through. No one is in this alone, men and women. Um, to any of our listeners, our viewers, yeah, just as tough as life can be, just try and make sure your mental state is in a good capacity as it can be. So, yeah. Yo, people, and welcome to another episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. How are you, my brother?
I'm all okay, brother. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Do you know what? I'm going to start off slightly differently and we're going to do two games because they were both primetime games and they had the exact same score lines, arguably the worst games I've watched in my NFL tenureship, especially the Thursday night game. The Broncos versus the Raiders and then the Packers versus the Eagles. Both 10-7 games, Broncos and Eagles winners. But
Mm-hmm.
brother, what are your thoughts? God. Oh, yeah.
So if you like defense, you love those games.
I
That's what
mean, I
for.
can't even give the defense too much credit. That's how bad the offense is. Well.
But if the offenses are bad, the defense has something to do with it. So
Yeah.
the game last night, obviously the Eagles Packers game, it was an eyesore. I was thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, surely something's gonna happen. But I feel like that's where both of those teams are at right now. In terms of, we've always, every week we complain about the Eagles offense not knowing what they're doing, and we don't know what Jordan Love's going to produce. So that's where those teams are at. They got top level, high level defenses, but and the same with the Broncos, where like the Broncos defense is saving their lives. The offense is two-pack of arse. They're terrible. Literally, you see Bo Nix. People are bigging up Bo Nix, but I'm thinking why? He's kind of the detriment of what's going on in that team. So they're winning in
People are
spite.
coming around on him now.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
They're winning in spite of him. But yeah, as I said, if you like defense, you enjoy those games. But if you don't like defense and you wanted, for the casual viewer, we're not casual viewers, but for the casual viewer that just tuned in, they may not tune into another NFL game. They're thinking, what the hell's going on here? So for the purist, it's a great thing. 10-7. They love it. But for the new and younger NFL fan, it's one of them games where you're like, bro, nah, man.
I think in terms of obviously Packers Eagles game, I've not seen watch any analysis or talking heads on that. But from the Broncos Raiders game, I think unanimously across the sports media, everyone was utterly frustrated watching that game. And that's probably one of the few times everyone's unanimously been like, oh my gosh. Like even people that were giving credit to the Broncos record, just like, yeah. Bo Nix, they stopped trying to force that he was playing a massive part. Obviously, he's fourth quarter comebacks or fourth quarter play, but the totality of the season is now coming into fruition, like coming more into play. Like these games are regular instances. It's just the fact that the Broncos, they're on pace to break this NFL sack record. Nick Benito, he's arguably the defensive player of the year. He should probably be leading that because they just constantly pass rush with four guys, and
Yeah.
they're just phenomenal. And obviously, Pat Satan's gonna come back soon. In terms of Hufanga's been a big signing for them. Like he's
Yeah.
been that leader for them, and it's like he's taken up that leadership from Fred Warner at the 49ers, and
Mm.
it's translated onto the Broncos. Obviously, the Broncos always had a good defense, but to that extra level, and then the Raiders, yeah, brother, yeah. I heard a funny stat. Sorry, that I think it was since somewhere in the 70s, so just say around 50 years. That was the first game in about 50 years that both teams had more penalties than first downs. They both had, I believe, 10 first downs, and they both had more penalties. So both teams, like, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Do you know what? These type of games play into what the NFL has been this year. The weird kind of year where
Mm,
you're getting 10-7 wins, you're getting interesting teams like the Broncos and the Eagles, in some instances, winning games that they probably shouldn't win. But then the teams they're playing aren't doing enough to win those games either, so they should probably win them. So it's a real weird like space we find ourselves in.
mhm.
With the Raiders, as I said, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they need to. I think they have to be in rebuild mode, just because I know they've signed Gino.
Again.
Yeah, but I know they signed Gino, but he's not the answer.
Yeah, Gino's been poor.
And I know he's on a 2 year. I don't know. He extended, so I don't know how long he extended for. But you know, nowadays NFL teams they can eat the money. We've seen it being done in the past. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think the Raiders are gonna have to make a real big decision at quarterback because especially in that division where you have three. Well, you have three quarterbacks there. You have Mahomes, you have Justin Herbert, you have Bo Nix. Not saying Bo Nix is in that category, but you get what
But
I
the
mean.
team, yeah.
Yeah, the teams as well. You need someone at the helm, and Gino's not the man to push you over the edge. And I guess Pete Carroll's old and he's wanting to bring in those players that he's had before, but I
Hmm.
don't know if they can continue doing what they're doing if they want to get anywhere.
Hmm.
Because they're not even
Yeah.
playing their division rivals well, really. Do you get what I mean? As much as they lost 10-7, did you think the Raiders were going to win? Well, they had opportunities to win, but they threw it away.
Yeah. And then they literally just couldn't throw effective. Like Brock Bowers made, I think his first play was like, I think he only had 3 targets, but the one catch was like 31 yards. I was like, he's the
Mm,
best guy in football. Why are you not getting him more involved in the play? Like, obviously Gino was under like intense pressure, and fair play to him battling through with injury. But it's like you saw what Brock Bowers done against the Jags the previous game on his
mm.
comeback game, 3 TDs over a buck for yards, and I'm like, that the play calling on both sides, I thought it was horrendous. And I'm not even I would never say I'm a play calling specialist in NFL, like, but it was so evident and so clear. And then watch it, seeing like what ex players were saying there straight after, like, what kind of play calling is this, like from Sean Payton, for instance, etc. I was like, it was that bad.
Yeah. It looked bad it looked bad when watching it as well. And
Mm,
if everyone is saying the same thing, we all can't be wrong.
yeah.
So I think the Broncos need to look at what they're doing because they look like a good bad team.
They're
Do you
gonna
get
make the
what?
playoffs, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it matters what you do when you get there, and obviously defense does win championships. But if you have an offense that can't score any points,
Mm,
you're only going to score in the fourth quarter. What happens if they're down big? That's what my
mm,
thing is. What happens if they're actually down big? I know they've shown us they beat the Eagles in the way they beat the Eagles this year, but again, the Eagles are another team where we're wary of. So
mm.
it, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. And you see how you said Brock Bowers got 3 targets. AJ Brown got 3 targets as well. So they're all running the same same style of madness.
Your best offensive weapons, yeah. Speaking of AJ Brown in that game, like for it to be 0-0 at halftime, don't get me wrong, the defenses were playing well, but I didn't feel like it was lights out for both offenses just to not click. Obviously both Hurts and Love were
Fumbles.
both fumble sacks, so turnovers on there. But it's just like this is why those kind of games is why Jordan Love, we've already spoke about him, why we don't really have faith as talented as he is, so we won't delve into it. But like why Jalen Hurts, for instance, he's a great winner, but you just feel like, brother, like the top quarterbacks don't have those type of games as often. I feel like he has them one too many. So like
Mm.
Mahomes, Lamar, Allen. Obviously, Allen had a poor game this weekend, and Lamar was pretty average. But they don't have those kind of games as much of Hurts, where Hurts has that a lot, and then the team just still wins because they're just a great squad in general. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He gets, what they say after that, he wins. So he gets credit for the wins. It's not for the performance. So, if we're looking at it like that, then we can't critique a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But we're critiquing people in wins because that's what we have to do, because you wouldn't accept anything in a loss, you're doing a win. So, they're playing, it's not like he's playing any different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they have the team to overcome the play. Similar with the Broncos, you have the team to overcome the bad quarterback play. If, for instance, Bo Nix or Jalen Hurts were playing on the Titans right now, it's a different story. Of course, I'm being extreme with saying the Titans, but you get if they're playing on not a great team, they're playing the Panthers right now. It's a different story. You don't have in some aspects the defense to overcome your bad play. You have to be flawless. Even the Bills, for instance, Josh Allen has to be somewhat flawless.
Mm-hmm. But it's crazy.
And Mahomes in some categories somewhat flawless when
Yeah,
So
no.
his offense, Joe Burrow, like the best quarterbacks are asked to do more,
Yeah.
and we can the circumstances these guys aren't asked to do more.
But then the flip side with Hurts is he'll put up 2 back-to-back games. Obviously, it's 2 games, man, small, but he's got credit in the bank because he's done it previously when he was second in MVP. But 2 back-to-back games a couple of weeks ago, where before the bye, he was just outstanding. Do you know what I mean? And he had to be for them to win those fairly close games. Obviously, Giants, they eventually blew them out. But like the game where he had the perfect passer rating, I can't remember who they faced. It was super tight.
Vikings.
Was it
Minnesota
Vikings?
against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because
He had to be perfect in terms of passer rating for them to win. So yeah, and then the flip side with the Packers, their offense is letting their defense down because in all their losses this season, they've conceded 13 versus the Browns, 16 versus or 17 versus
versus the Panthers.
Panthers? Was it 16 or 16?
Yeah.
And then
16.
10 against the Eagles. Like,
yeah.
And then obviously the one tie game, which isn't a loss, is a tie, is the 40 versus Dallas. But like in all your losses, bro, like, what are you guys doing? What is this offense doing? You've got enough talent to be scoring, regardless of the injuries. Obviously, Kraft being out for the season is massive. But Kraft was there for 2 of the games. Got injured in the Panthers game. But like, Jordan Love, brother, what are you doing?
We've been saying it. I think he's obviously. I've said it every single week. You don't know what you're going to get from him, so that's the problem. And then what happens is if he's not playing well, it reflects badly on the whole offense, and then the head coach Matt LaFleur, who's play calling, and you now don't know what you're doing there. So, and I know they haven't extended Matt LaFleur for another season, so it's kind of he's on the hot seat as well. Because they've traded for Mike Parsons, so it's like this is your window. You need to win a championship, or we're gonna go a separate way. So we need to figure out what's going on there. And I think it all falls on Jordan Love because the defense are doing their job. You can't hold a team to 10 and think, oh, we're gonna lose. And 6 points have been taken off the board. If you look at from the game last night, if you look at the sack fumble at one point and the fourth down play where you don't make it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead, I think they should take points. When the game's like that, just take the points. Even the fourth down play the Eagles ran late in the game, I was very confused. I was like, you may as well try and kick for it, even though your defense has been stopping the Packers the whole game. But decision making this weekend has been interesting. That's what I can say.
And we're going to come back to that on that part. back to love from one of the other games, I'm gonna just talk about a couple of silly or weird ass plays. But yeah, like what you said, this is where people will not put the Packers in that elite category because they're
Mm.
just not doing enough. Quarterback can't be trusted as talented as he is. Um, Again, both run games were stopped in terms of Saquon and Josh Jacobs. Jacobs got like the key downs, but like effectively, I think he was just over 3 yards a carry. I think Saquon was under 3 yards a carry as well. So
Yeah.
again, credit to defenses. Like the Hurts turnover, great play by the defense. The Jordan Love turnover, brother, what are you trying to do with that flick of a like he was fully holding you? Just take the sack.
Yeah. Mhm.
I just had to
Yeah.
point that part out because it was just incredible like brain decision make. I honestly don't know. Like,
At that point as well, like just take the point. Do you get what it's like? You're not thinking.
yeah.
Like,
Right.
my thing is, if you still go range to go into the end of the half, just take the points because if you take those points, you look at the game's ended now. It's 10-7. It's a literally a free 6 point swing, two field
Mm,
goal kicks, you win the game.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. We
interesting.
Cause I just had to get those bad games out, the two worst games in a very long time out the way, simultaneous and prime time. It's not a good look for the prime time. Uh, the Berlin game, Colts Falcons. Jonathan Taylor has increased his MVP odds. Obviously, the Colts are now going so bad, but without his phenomenal play and telling Bijan, hold on, I'm RB1.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's a great win for the Colts. Because I did think they were going to lose. I thought Penix was pretty good in that game. Daniel Jones was quite flustered, but they needed the brilliance of Jonathan Taylor. That touchdown was the longest touchdown of his career, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what are we saying? Is he firmly in that MVP talk? Obviously, we'll elaborate on that later.
I think so. I think if there's obviously last year we were trying to give it to Saquon Barkley as a running back, but the NFL they gave it to Josh Allen. So I feel like this year there's not been any super duper standout quarterback play. We could say Stafford, we can say Drake Maye, we can say Baker, but I feel like the person that's really sticking out every single week and has not had like a bad down game is Jonathan Taylor. It feels like
Apart
he's
from
averaging 3 touchdowns a week. The
the
last
game,
week, yeah,
yeah, the
against.
game before. I would say on that point compared to last year, though, I do feel he's been slightly better than Saquon.
Yeah, no, I would say so as well because especially with touchdown scoring and everything he does for them.
Hmm.
Whereas, like you don't have the Colts don't have an AJ Brown, a Devontae Smith,
Yeah.
a Jalen Hurts, and that O line. Do you get what I mean? They don't have the threats of those people as well. They have good receivers, but they don't have the threats. Going into the game, stop Jonathan Taylor or we're done.
Hmm.
And no team, well, the Steelers, crazy how they managed to do it, but the Steelers are the one team that have managed to do it.
Hmm.
Um, and I think firmly he should be in the top of MVP conversation. I know they'll probably try and give it to a quarterback, but I think what he's gonna achieve by the end of the season, it should be his
Yeah.
to lose.
If he continues on this track, then yeah,
Yeah.
like
No injuries, healthy. I think he should win it.
because and just even looking at stats, James Cook, like so, Jonathan Taylor's on 1,139 yards. James Cook's second in on 920. Rico Dowdle is third with Achan, just a couple yards between them. They're 350 yards behind Jonathan Taylor.
Mhm.
That's how big the gap is. So he's got like
And
200 yards on James Cook.
how many touchdowns are they behind?
Taylor's got 15 touchdowns. The
Yeah,
next
see.
closest is Jameer Gibbs and Javonte Williams. No, they've got 8. Josh Jacobs got 11.
See. And he's got 15 in what, 9 games? 8 games?
They're they're 8. Are they
7
8
and
and 2?
they might be 8 and 2. They
Yeah,
played 10
I think
already.
they're 8 and 2 because they're going into their bye now.
Okay, yeah. So in 10 games, 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The record
And
is what, 28?
yes. Yes,
So
if
he
I'm not
needs
mistaken.
13-8.
I mean, it's still doable.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. 100%. I think to be fair, the Colts, the way they're playing football right now, they have to be the favorites coming at the AFC at the midway. Well, yeah, basically the midway point in the season. I'm looking at them like, they've played in every type of game. I don't know if they've played the best opponents, which will come, which
Well,
will come.
once they come back from their bye, they've got the Chiefs at
Yeah.
Arrowhead.
So that's when we'll see if we can measure them up. Obviously, Daniel Jones, the past few weeks, has been turning back into Daniel Jones
Mm,
of New York. But, I feel like the buys come at the right time for him. So
mm,
they can kind of smooth out their issues. I don't know. I like the Source Gardner trade, but I don't know if he's him anymore. I'll be real. Drake London
mm.
was cooking his ass all game. So I was like, yeah, I like it, but you don't, for me, put them over the edge any more than they were over the edge.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like a Parsons contingent. Like, it doesn't change much for me in that system.
Drake London and Penix, they've creating a very good chemistry between them. I was sorry when I said
Yes,
Penix had a good game. He started the game good, but I was thinking of his previous game against New England. After went downhill, but him and Drake London's connection, it's like
very
Drake London is putting him in that upper echelon of receivers in football.
100%,
Yeah,
100%. I enjoy watching the Falcons, but I almost know what the final outcome of all their games is kind of gonna be because
it's true.
they're not consistent enough.
Yeah. Or that the Panthers game where they got absolutely blown out, and all their other losses. You'll think they could have won this game, maybe.
Being close.
And then when they do perform top, we saw what they done against the Bills. But yeah, they're a weird team. Quickly, the two bottom tier teams, Jets Browns. Fair play to the Jets winning that game from their two punt return TDs because that was
Yeah.
basically what won them the game. But another game of iffy quarterback play. I don't think it was really excited. And the Browns have a decision to make. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, who you've been actually saying should be on the hot seat, looks like he's really on the hot seat. And yeah, Dylan Gabriel, we're just not seeing. It's just, eh,
Yeah, man. There's nothing to what we're seeing from Dylan Gabriel. I'll be honest. It's like, check downs, check downs, check downs. Okay, we saw one. It's like we see two good moments from you a game,
mm,
if that. And it's not enough to put you over the edge because look at what your defense is doing. Even though your defense didn't have the greatest of games, but then the Browns got so many issues anyway, bro. You play well on defense, you don't play well on special teams, you don't play well on offense. You play
yeah,
well on offense, you don't play well on defense. Like their whole organization is a mess. I think everything going into it's a mess. Kevin Stefanski gave up play calling. Did it change much? You still lost to the Jets. Like, is it a scapegoat thing? He gave up play calling last year. The guy he gave a play call into got sacked. So are you doing the same thing? And is that guy going to get sacked? So I don't really understand what's going on in that organization. I don't know what they want to do at quarterback. What if they're waiting for Deshaun Watson to come back at this point? Because
where
hey, but the Jets got the win. Big up them. Very, very bad quarterback play. I think Justin Fields had 42 or 52 yards at the end of the game.
I think 50 something. Yeah.
Yeah. So they weren't even trusting him to throw the ball. The Browns shouldn't have trusted Dylan Gabriel to throw the ball. So
To be fair, like
yeah,
with
bad game, but
one,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, once the punt returns happen, because they happen early in the game, the Jets could just rush the ball. Because friend I was watching the game with, he
Mhm.
was like, he had Brees Hall in his fantasy team, so he was like, I love this.
Yeah, it's true. Because all he's gonna do is run. He's just gonna run the ball because you're wasting time in it, taking time for the clock. But yeah,
Yeah,
nah. Very, 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 very bad game. I feel sorry for the fans of those organizations right now.
I mean, another bad team got a win in a divisional game against your Panthers, the Saints. Ugh. Tyler, how do you, I always I've realized I've been saying his name wrong.
Shook.
Tyler Shock. Yeah. Okay. Cool. He had a very good game. To be fair, fair play to him.
He did. He did, and it was annoying me. I was sitting there thinking, okay, we're gonna get a nice, easy win today. The Saints turned up, but we said it before. The Saints aren't a bad team.
I mean,
They play
yeah.
everyone.
Mm,
So, the Panthers, Bryce Young he hasn't showed up like I've wanted him to show up at all this year. I'm trying to work out what we do at quarterback because he's probably up to be paid very soon.
because this is his third season, isn't it?
Yeah, so the rookie's not signed 4 years.
Yeah,
And they usually extend you after the third year if you're good enough. Do you get what I mean? If they're believing in your like franchise.
yeah. Or they sign 5 and then they can offer on the third or fourth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know, but the thing is, there's no one out there,
Mm,
college quarterback, that I want on the Panthers.
mm.
I'll take Shador off the Cleveland Browns.
And the
If
thing, because you're not right now, you're at 500. You're not one of the worst teams in the NFL to get one of the best college quarterbacks for this year's draft. Anyway.
Exactly, so it's like, what do we do? What's the process of going forwards? Because Bryce Young, as much as I like him as a man and I like him as a player, I don't think he's going to be the guy to be our franchise quarterback. He showed moments where I thought he would be, but
Mm-hmm.
this year it's down again.
Mm.
So, and when you lose games like that, and I'm like, bro, we're in a good place, and we lose to the Saints. So where does this leave us?
Honestly, I could not say like the Saints. They're a bad, solid team, but you should. The way the Panthers have played this year, maybe we got a bit too high on their supply. And yeah, I really don't know for them. They should have probably ran um with Rico Dowdle a bit, 18 carries for 53, but maybe he should have lent into it slightly more with the way Bryce was playing. But yeah, I don't know. I I think all the high expectations or optimistic expectations we had of the Panthers, I think that's potentially completely been wiped out now.
Yeah, yeah, it feels like it's one of them years
Sorry, brother.
again.
I know they're your team, but sorry.
I don't. That's the thing. That's the problem. When you don't know where your team is going. Like I don't know because we're not gonna get a good pick.
Mm,
So what is the plan going forwards? And I told you, I enjoy the head coach's Canales is serious.
mm.
Yeah. Our defense has looked okay this year.
Bro, they had a fairly good game again. Like
Do you get what
these
I mean?
in terms of points wise, only 17.
But 17 at this point in the NFL, if you keep a team under 17, you should be able to win the game.
Or 17 is winning games.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a flip
So
side.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to really look into what we want to do in the next 2 years. Obviously, Bryce Young will still be our quarterback. I feel like back in the season last year he was good, so let's see what he can do this year, and then next year we'll see if he's the guy. We pay him, we go forwards, and we believe in him. If not, we look on the open market because I don't see anyone from college I want as the Panthers quarterback,
Mm.
and I can't do a rebuild again, bro. I can't do this. Sorry.
On a more positive note, for one of your other teams, the Ravens continue their streak, their 3-game winning streak, two with Lamar winning in Minnesota. It wasn't an easy game, to be fair, but second half, the Ravens kind of showed their defense showed their quality throughout, really. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, Lamar wasn't great, but he did enough. Even Derrick Henry was pretty average as well. But again, the defense just made. Did they create 3 turnovers? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I feel like JJ McCarthy was just throwing them turnovers. Like he was
Another.
giving them the ball at points. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. Like
So
some of the decision making that JJ McCarthy on the third downs, I was like, why are you going for audacious plays? And it reverts back to the earlier point on Jordan Love when you said him throwing fourth down on. I was like, bro, just get the yards. Like
yes.
simply get the yards. And I felt like there was a few quarterbacks that were making silly plays on third, fourth down, going for the big play. And I'm like, the yards are there. Get the
Mm.
yards. If you need to kick 3 points, do that, but get the yards on
Yep.
3rd and 7 or 4th and 5. You're going for touchdowns. I'm like,
It doesn't make sense.
yeah.
It literally doesn't make sense, and it didn't make sense there either. I was watching, I was thinking, bro, I don't know what you're on.
I feel like the
But yeah,
Vikings lost that game, partly lost that game.
they did, because the Ravens didn't play well. The defense showed up, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
but the offense, I think, the Ravens offense need to work on their red zone. They need to work in the red zone, because as much as I've been watching them the past, literally, that since they've had Derrick Henry, they run the ball in the red zone, but don't get in there, don't get in the end zone.
Mm. This
So
year, they've not been as efficient in it.
yeah, it almost takes 4 downs for them to get into the end zone, and I'm like, bro, this doesn't make sense when you have Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Ricard.
Yeah,
There, like, some way, somehow, you should be able to get in the end zone.
yeah.
Um, so I feel like Lamar didn't have a great game at all. To be fair, he was just, he played an okay game. He didn't cause it. He didn't lose the game, and that's what you kind of
Yeah,
got to do when the defense is playing well and their quarterback is trying to lose the game. You just don't do the same thing. Don't lose the
yeah.
game. Um, he
Flores
was,
got good pressure on him though.
very good, very good. I feel like they figured out a way to keep Lamar contained.
Mm-hmm.
Good D coordinators anyway. I figured out a
Yeah.
way to keep him contained and, make everyone else beat him. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Lamar Jackson's not going to beat us with his legs. He's not going to beat. He'll beat us with his arm, but he's going to be beating us with his arm outside the numbers, and it's going to be yards after catch. We're making him
Mm-hmm.
throw Dylan Gabriel balls, check downs, and then it's yards after catch that will get you kind of up the field. But yeah, I
On
feel
that
like,
though, Lamar did. There was a few throws he made, and then his receivers didn't catch them as well. Like that
yes.
would have been very good plays as well. So we'll give a bit of balance to it, but generally agree with your analysis on that.
But yeah, the Titans, I'll be real, have in the last few weeks have been kind of his main targets, and they've been coming to play. Mark Andrews
Yeah.
is back with a bang. Like, he's always been Lamar's main target.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it comes to crunch time, he's always going to go there. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's his security blanket, similar to what Kelsey and Mahomes is. That's where he is comfortable
Yeah.
throwing the ball. But I feel like the Ravens, they're on this 3-game win streak. It's a lot more. I feel like they will win the AFC North, because the AFC North is a bad division. Bad division.
Right.
So they'll win the AFC North, but it's just about momentum going into playoffs, everyone being
Mhm.
healthy and winning the game, stacking them up. There's not gonna be no MVP talk for anyone or this for this year. It's just get to those playoffs, and then from there, see what you can do.
Yeah. Unless they go on a complete unbeaten streak and Lamar just plays how he started the season before he was injured, then he'll be in the MVP talk because he was putting up numbers regardless.
Yeah. But I just don't know if you have 5 losses, if they're gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah. Depending on the other team's records. But again, the Ravens, they just have to get the W's right now. And we've got to give slight credit to their defense for they're getting healthy and then they're making big plays, because I think it's back-to-back games that they've created 3 turnovers. So that's credit to them.
Yeah.
And then even I think the one of the Vikings touchdown, it looked like Roquan Smith actually intercepted that. And
Yeah. I saw the play, but I don't know. You know the replay rule. I don't really know. I don't get it anymore. So every week it changes. It depends.
Well, we'll see with your Ravens. They'll continue on the streak before they meet the Steelers. So which will be interesting. The Bucks Patriots. My gosh, the New England Patriots are for real. You could say they're the best team in the AFC, even though we've said the Colts. You could say the Patriots.
You can do. Drake Maye is, hey, he's out there playing like a top 5 quarterback, maybe top 3 right now.
Firmly in the MVP conversation.
100%.
That's you.
Cheers. Yeah, he looks good. Their offense looks good. Their defense looks good. Vrabel's got them playing a great brand of football right now,
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the quickest rebuild I've ever seen.
Bro, imagine, they've been so successful with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. They have a couple down years, and now it looks like if they're running it back, bro,
Well,
it shows also that Josh McDaniels is the key as the offensive coordinator.
100%, 100%. They look good though. The Bucks, yeah. Do you know what? I can't say they were in the game the whole time. They were
Yeah,
actually in the game.
Baker was pretty good.
Yeah. It's just I feel like the Patriots now are actually a team where they got talent and they can actually overmatch you talent wise. And I feel that you can see the talent disparity on the field.
Or like players are just stepping up. Because
Yes.
like this was as good as Drake Maye was. This wasn't his good game completion wise. Because obviously he's been a completion king of recent. I think he was like just over 50%, so 16 for 31 or something like
Yeah.
that. But then they had obviously he threw for nearly 300 yards, and then they had great balance with Henderson. He had a big game, I think nearly 150 yards, and it just seems like everyone on the Patriots is locked in. Because I don't know if you saw when Henderson looked over to the bench, like should
Yes.
I run it in for a touchdown?
Yeah.
And just those little things, like everyone seems in sync for them.
It's true. It's true. They look like they're on the warpath and they're ready to kind of make it to where their destination looks like this should be the Super Bowl this year. And they look like, and a weird odd year, the team to beat. It's weird, but yeah.
One seed's on for them because I think they've got the easiest schedule in the AFC.
Yes, I did see their schedule, to be fair. I think their toughest game might be the Bills back at home, but they got the Bills
Yeah,
at home.
yeah,
So, and guess what? The Patriots can run the ball, so the Bills are
yes.
gonna have a problem.
And if they get that one seed, we know going. Obviously, this year's Patriots, they're actually better away from home because they're 5-0 from home.
Yes.
But then we know when teams go to New England in the playoffs, just historically, it's a different beast, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
Two teams from the Patriots division, who one of them did the Patriots a favor in a blowout. The Dolphins beating Deji's Bills. So for our listeners and viewers, Deji's not on today, but Deji is a Buffalo Bills fan. So just had to bet that. But hey, what a game by Miami. I mean, we've been somewhat trashing their name deservedly. Tua had a couple turnovers, but he was generally good.
Yes.
And their defense was fantastic.
They were. I couldn't. Do you know what? I'm still kind of flabbergasted. I don't really. From the Thursday night game against the Ravens to that, do you get what I mean? The contrast and stark difference is mad.
But it's more because their offense were really good first half against the Ravens. It's just
correct.
They weren't putting up the points.
But Tua still threw his interceptions. That's the weird thing. Tua still threw his interceptions. He had his usual game, but the defense stepped up. They created turnovers. I'm going to just go to straight Josh Allen. The Dolphins were sensational, but Josh Allen was terrible. Like, we're going to be honest. We're going to be honest today. Josh Allen was not good whatsoever. We're not going to sit and blame anyone else. It's not because he didn't have targets. It's not because he didn't have weapons. He fumbled the ball. He threw interceptions. It was on him. Do you get what I mean? And people saying, oh, he's pressing and he's looking for... No. Josh Allen did not play well. It's fine to say Josh Allen did not play well. We say it about every other quarterback. Josh Allen did not play well this week, and he was the reason why the team lost.
Bro, they had 0 points going into the fourth quarter. Do you know how crazy that is?
Exactly. And the Dolphins had what, 16?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean,
yes.
So the Bills defense wasn't not doing its job.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Josh Allen did not play well, and it is fine for people out there to say Josh Allen did not play well.
Well, I mean, people would put him at the top of the MVP conversation just because they beat the Chiefs, even though he's been just about good this season. But hey, we'll have Bills fans telling us we're haters, even though we're just truth tellers. And again, James Cook did not have 100 yards, and when he doesn't have 100 yards, the Bills do not win.
Yep. Quite
So,
simple.
yep. But
And they said he's playing with. They said obviously last year he was playing within himself, and now he's gone back to being Josh Allen. What do you guys want? Like, what do you want? He has no weapons, but his weapons, like Matt Collins and that, are playing. And the Patriots are playing well.
mm,
So what? This is what it is. What is it? You had all these. You had the weapons. You now don't have them.
I mean, he threw for over 300 yards this game, just over 300. So who's
This is
catching the
my.
ball?
Someone's free. Someone's open.
The only peak thing for him during the game was Kincaid getting injured. Because I
Yeah,
think
that's his main.
someone even commented on one of our posts that Kincaid had 2 games this season with over 100 yards, which is
Yeah,
big for a tight end. Do you know what I mean? So, and they play the 2 tight end thing. Knox is his smaller
blocking.
safety blanket compared to the other guys, but like style of play, bro. So let's see. Let's see. You beat the Chiefs. Everyone stepped up, which is annoying as a Chiefs fan. And I was watching it with like Dolphins fans. There was Bills fans there as well. And I was like, bro, you won your Super Bowl last week. We'll see.
But they won that game because you guys don't have a real true run game.
And everyone would just play at the maximum of their ability. But yes, the
Of
run
course,
game is a big thing.
HM was sensational, but he just ran all over them.
Oh no, I was talking about last with the Chiefs game. Everyone for the Bills played at the maximum of it because it's the Chiefs. But Achan, I love Achan, man. What a player!
Yeah, HM was sensational. Waddle looked like he was back. Do you know what I think it is? After the trade deadline, everyone knows we're not going anywhere anymore.
Mm,
It's time to play. Do you get what I
mm,
mean? So,
yeah,
do you think? Question quickly. Do you think they could save Mike McDaniel's job at all, or do you think it's done? Is there
I
any
think slightly
possibility?
because the thing with the Dolphins, like they weirdly stay in games, or they can get good early leads. It's just if two is just flustered from the get go, then they're near enough effed. But like I've always said, I don't think at this current stage he shouldn't be fired. Um, they've made a change at GM. I don't somewhat let him see out the season. The offense is always still generally good. Obviously, he's head coach for both sides, but we know offense is his thing. And then the Dolphins, just like the way they've been created, they've got huge problems. He's not the one giving these players, bringing them in, giving them big contracts.
Mm.
In terms of like how the squad is designed. So me personally, I maybe as not even a bias thing. I just like him. I like his play calling. Maybe it's just the head coach aspect in terms of the leadership of the group. So that could probably be the questionable part. But again, you effectively helped Tua get paid. The roster's not
Mm-hmm.
constructed great. You were all in paying big players, Jalen Ramsey, etc. Obviously, he's gone and stuff like that. So they're
Yep.
dealing with like contract kind of stuff. But yeah, but it was a fantastic win by the Dolphins. Obviously, divisional games throw those kind of things up. So um, yeah, fair play to them. Um, Bears Giants, which has led to Brian Daboll getting sacked, which you have been calling for or somewhat predicting. The Giants, another game they should have arguably won. I've said I felt like that Denver game broke them. They're getting injured constantly. Jackson Dart, which again is on the head coach, putting him make plays that is dangerous for him. Then the flip side, Chicago
That's
wise, they're pulling off these tight wins in the clutch. Caleb Williams didn't look great, but bro, they're 6-3.
yeah, man. They do. The Bears do look good, but going back to the Giants, you said last week Jackson Dart needs to start playing safer. He needs to
Mhm.
get it. He needs to get out of the way of hits. And look at this. Look what happened a week later. Look what happened on Sunday. Knocked out the game, concussion, and you can blame the head coach because the head
Mhm.
coach essentially is moving like it's a sinking ship, and he's trying to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, okay, cool. If the quarterback has to go down with me, I'm going to put him in harmful situations, and he has done that every
I
single
shouldn't even
time.
laugh, but
The man ran
you're
into
right.
the tent.
You're
He ran
right.
the game, and he
Yeah.
ran into the tent. He ran into the tent. The man got hit. He ran into the tent to see if he's fine to get him out of the tent. You're shouting medical staff,
Mm-hmm.
bro. The writing was on the wall for Dable.
Mm-hmm.
The writing was on the wall. His record isn't good enough. New York media is rife, and
On his record, I was hearing his first 9 games for the Giants, 7-2. After that, he's 13-38.
see what I mean. See what I mean. And you are part of you are part of the team that let Saquon Barkley go, even though it's the GM. It's the GM's problem, and that's the man they should really get rid of because he's made some terrible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you signed Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones wasn't it. You let Saquon Barkley go. Saquon Barkley wins the Super Bowl. You've had super duper talent all over years, not Dable, but I'm just talking about the organization in general. You've had super duper talent at the receiver spot. You never give them a quarterback or people to help them out. You've had Odell. You paid him. You've traded him away. You have Malik Neighbors. He's never been happy since the day he's arrived. Like, you have Jackson Dart right now, concussion because the head coach is putting him in harm's way. Scatterboo, injury
Unfortunately,
because
yeah.
they're being put in harm's way and asked to do so much. So, the sacking is probably very, very. It was coming,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what they're planning to do next. So yeah, that's the Giants, but I feel like they need to get someone in next that they're gonna stick with, and they actually truly believe in. And for the Bears, Ben Johnson is a good head coach.
He seems like
He's a good damn head coach.
even though the team, they're so weird, they're so iffy, there's not great balance, but they're winning. He seems like he's molding them into a team properly. Like, even if they end up not making the playoffs, they don't have a great record. Like, you can see the growth in the whole ball club in general with the Chicago Bears, under Ben Johnson. And yeah, Ben Johnson is good, man.
Yeah, and Caleb is playing at a level right now where okay, this is what I think we thought you were going to be doing at the start. And, I think someone's coming in, calmed him down, told him not, you don't have to throw a bullet past at everyone's neck. You get what I mean. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Bears right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No, I agree. Even in the games where we don't feel like Caleb's good when they're winning or when they've won, he then ends up making game-winning plays. So it's like, obviously, again, he's learning on the job, learning with Ben Johnson and stuff. And it seems like it could be something that blossoms really well in years to come. So we'll see. Obviously, not saying the season's over because they're 6-3, but we'll see with the Bears. Quick one: the Jags. How the hell did they lose that game against the Texans?
brother.
Trevor Lawrence, I'm done.
I think we're all out on him now, man. I think we're
Bro,
all out on him.
they were 29-10 up.
You see how the head coach was celebrating, happy, and then I just see his headset going everywhere. I said, yeah, you know what? That's because of your quarterback, because he's been the reason. They might need to get rid of him.
It's gonna be on if they don't make the playoffs, especially, which is a big possibility because they're 5-4 now.
Do you think they're making the playoffs?
Huh?
Do you think they're making the playoffs? Honest. Do you think they're making the playoffs?
Let me look at their schedule because, in fact, schedule doesn't even matter too tough with the way you let Davis Mills and go, obviously the final touchdown, whatever, that kind of play. But regardless, the Texans put up 26 in the fourth quarter and you put up nothing. So, like,
Exactly.
I'm looking at schedule now: Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Colts, Jets, Broncos, and
So Chargers, Cardinals, Titans. So you should beat the Titans, but you never know with them. You should beat the Jets, but you
divisional
never know
game.
with them.
I honestly, with the Jags, it's a game by game basis right now.
Yep, 100%.
So yeah,
I would say you should be the Cardinals, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely, if Jacoby Brissett's playing, I don't know.
Yeah. Aye, bro. I don't know. The Texans bigged them up though because they got the win, a much needed win. Because
Without
I feel like
CJ.
D'Amico Ryan, yeah, I feel like D'Amico Ryans was not on the hot seat, but people were looking at it like, well, what are you doing?
Hmm.
And the black head coach is less lenient than others. We know that
Hmm.
already.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like great win for the Texans on the comeback with your backup quarterback and everyone doing their jobs, but devastating loss for the Jags and a loss that can really change the trajectory of your season. One of those
Hmm.
ones, similar to what we said about the Giants a few weeks back, is one of them losses where you either get around everyone and you go that way or you go that way. And we'll have to see because the Jags are bipolar football team right now.
And these teams are giving up huge losses in the fourth quarter. You're not giving it to great offenses. Like, that's the confusing part.
The thing. This is the thing.
So, yeah, boy. As you briefly mentioned the Cardinals, the Seahawks absolutely smoked them. They're probably the team no one wants to face in the NFC right now. I think it was back-to-back games. They put up 30 points by the half. I think that's the third game this season they've done this. Um, JSN just got the game. Bro, after the first quarter, I just thought this game was done. Darnold didn't even have to do too much. Like,
At halftime, I stopped watching. You know that slate of games?
yeah,
That 9:25 slate in the UK.
bro,
Yeah.
crazy,
Every single game was a blowout at halftime. I said, cool, I can go bed.
crazy. But just a quick one on the Seahawks. Where would you rank them in the NFC?
For me personally, they're the number one team for me off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I mean? I think it's the only team I fully trust
Mm-hmm.
in the NFC right now because everything they've put up has been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sam Darnold looks like he looks like an MVP candidate right now. So yeah, JSN
Yeah,
also looks like an MVP candidate. So bro, you can't count them out. You can't count them out. And I feel like they use their team very, very well. Everyone is used the right
mm-hmm.
way. So the Seahawks for me, team to beat in the NFC. I think top three for me in the NFC right now are the Seahawks, the Rams, and I'm gonna put the Eagles in there because I have to, just because of what they've done previously. But I say
And
those top
yeah,
three.
because their record and their defended champs. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, as time's not on our side, you mentioned the Rams, hell of a win against their rivals, the 49ers, especially with the McVay Shanahan. And again, another one where the 49ers started to make a comeback, but then Stafford said, hey,
Mm-mm.
remember me? I'm leading the MVP race right now. And he
Yeah.
was, again, fantastic. I think that's 20 touchdowns in the last 6 games, no turnovers.
Yeah. Yeah. He he is what he is. He ain't gonna run nowhere, but his arm talent is the best. He can
Unreal.
make every football field, and he has the receivers, he has the players around him, and he has the offensive coordinator and head coach to put him
Hmm.
in the best possible positions to make plays. And the Rams are scary right now. They've got
Yeah.
a big game this weekend coming up against the Seahawks, which will be a good one. But
Mm,
uh they are looking like the team to beat. I feel like they're the most threatening team to the Eagles. The Eagles don't like playing them.
but the Eagles have their number.
They
That's
do.
the thing. They
The
really
Rams seem
have
like
the
they should
number.
win that game.
Yeah.
It seems like every time we play them, seems like they should, but they always find a
Yeah.
way to throw it away.
It feels
So
like the last 3 times they played them, the Rams have been in winning positions. Obviously, the last one, especially, they should have definitely won that. But just, yeah, psychological thing.
yeah, but yeah, Matt Stafford is playing at a high level. I feel like he's
Aye.
the top quarter. I feel like he's the player. He's the elite of the elite quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
top one.
And as long as he stays healthy, yeah, the Rams, they're serious threat. Lions, another one that blew out, like you said, in that 9-25 slot, blowing out the Commanders. Don't even need to
Hmm.
touch up on them too much. But Jameer Bloody Gibbs, one of my favorite players in the NFL.
Hmm. Yes, bro. Every time he touches the football, it is electric. It's electric, and the way he cuts and the way he moves, it's yeah. I like watching the Lions play just because of how they do play. But Jameer Gibbs, he's a special player. I feel like the running back position, past 2 3 years, definitely past two, has
Mhm,
really been brought back. And I feel like there's gonna be a spike in pay for one of these years, and then it's gonna go back to normal. Because I feel like they deserve what they're about to be paid,
mhm. Yeah,
especially him.
yeah.
But the Lions,
I, I think I saw a stat. Obviously, Goff was fantastic this game, so let's not miss him out. I saw a stat. I think Jameer Gibbs, he's up with a couple legends of the most touchdowns before the age of 24. It was like Barry Sanders. The rest of it was all running backs, bar what's my man for the Vikings legend, Randy Moss, I think. I
Not Adrian Peterson.
No. So it was all running backs, and then Randy Moss was the only wide receiver on that
Oh,
list.
okay,
The
okay,
most
okay, yeah.
touchdowns before the age of 24, and I said, flipping out. That's how great Randy Moss was. So yeah, the Lions, obviously they're one of the top teams at NFC. They've lost a few big games this year, so they're not as assured as the last couple of years. But again, the NFC has a lot of great teams. And then we'll quickly just state the Chargers beating the Steelers badly. Well, in terms of the
Mm,
Steelers offense, it was horrific.
yeah.
Yeah.
Worst game Aaron Rodgers has played for the Steelers.
Yeah.
The defense was back to being the defense we have seen.
Yeah. I mean,
uh,
yeah, first half they were all right. In fact, yeah. 12 and then 13 each half. Yeah. Got hurt that
yeah,
they didn't do too much.
he didn't really do much.
Yeah.
I can't. The Steelers, I feel like they could be a playoff team, but I know only one team's coming out of the AFC North, so I know they're not going to be one.
Yeah.
But they'll finish the season record, and we know that's what they do.
They win the games we don't think they should, and then the games that you think, oh yeah, they're favorites. Nah. So we won't even need to touch up on that. Moving on to our NFL picks for week 11. I always forget when like the
Yeah,
double figures aspects now of the
yes,
season.
we are.
Obviously it's just coming up to Thanksgiving soon when you have, if I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs at the Cowboys. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Divisional game in the
Mm.
AFC East with arguably the number one team in the AFC, the New England Patriots, hosting the New York Jets, who, hey, they're winning some games. That's the best way to
Yeah.
say it. Just, hey, they're winning some games.
Yeah. The Patriots. Everyone got the Patriots, I think.
Sweet. Yes. Yeah, because I actually kind of forgot my picks on certain games. Dolphins Commanders. I believe I picked Dolphins on this. I'm high on the Miami.
I did as well. I picked the Dolphins because it's in Madrid. It's in the Bernabeu.
It is in Madrid. Yes, it is. Yes.
This is the overseas game, so it's in the Bernabeu, and don't I can't trust Marcus Mariota right now and the
He's not
Commanders.
actually played
So
bad.
he hasn't, but I just can't trust them right now.
Oh, I agree. I
He
agree.
actually played, but I'm thinking just coming off the momentum of what the Dolphins have done recently this week, and beating the Bills. I think
Mm,
they'll take that over to Spain and kind of lock in and win the game over there.
yeah. This is, I think, the first non-footballing game at the Bernabeu since they've done the whole refurbishment, if I'm not mistaken. Because obviously it's now going to be used for
Yes.
multi-purpose sports and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and if they
Yeah,
close
I
the
think so
roof,
too.
that atmosphere is going to be insane.
Ooh,
Boy.
yeah.
So is it clean sweep Dolphins, yeah?
Yes, well, in fact, I haven't got Dedge's picks up, to be fair. So, yes, it is.
Clean sweep. Miami. Giants, Packers. I presume this is a Packers clean sweep.
Yes, it's a Packers clean sweep.
Although they've been losing to bad teams. Well,
Mhm.
not the Eagles, but yeah.
Yeah.
Divisional game in the AFC South. Tennessee Titans hosting the Houston Texans.
Texans.
Texans me.
Texans. Texans Dej as well.
Clean sweep. Is DJ Shaw back this game? I've not actually checked out to be.
I don't know, but even if he wasn't, I'm not. I was
Yeah.
going for Davis Mills.
Hey, the
Texans
Titans
anyway.
are coming up a bye. Who knows? If that defense causes problems for David Mills, who knows? Falcons, Panthers. Sorry, Jacob, I've gone with the Falcons, I believe.
That's fine. I've gone for my Panthers this week.
Divisional
Because
game.
yeah, the Falcons are a team where they're a get back on track game. So let's get back on track.
I mean,
And
you.
that's Panthers as well.
Wow, fair. Well, you did beat them. Was it 33-0 earlier in the season or something? A shutout.
Yeah,
So
30-0.
30.
30-0.
Yeah.
Let's try and do the same again.
Vikings versus the Bears, an NFC North matchup. We're having a few divisional games already. There's like
I
4
think
out
it's
of 8.
divisional week.
Yeah,
I think it's divisional week, But yeah, Bears. I think it's a Bears clean sweep.
fair. Although I am expecting the Vikings defense to cause some issues. It could be a tricky game, but yeah, Bears clean sweep. Jags Chargers.
I've gone for the Chargers because the Jags are a week to week team.
Did I go for the
And
Chargers as well? I feel like I did.
Dej went for the Chargers, and you went for the Chargers as well. Yes.
Chargers clean sweep. Cool. Bills Bucks. I know I went for the Bucks, even though the game's in Buffalo.
I went for the Bucks as well.
And we know who Deji went with.
Yep.
His beloved Buffalo Bills. That could be a real good game to be there. AFC North matchup: Steelers Bengals. Bengals coming off a bye week.
Yeah. I've gone for the Steelers, because as bad as the Steelers defense is, the Bengals is just worse.
I mean, they played a couple weeks ago in the Battle of the Unks, and the Steelers they were net in slack control, and then Bengals just took it.
Yeah, I feel like that was obviously that Thursday night football game. The momentum was with them. Joe Flacco was, giving them a new lease of life. I don't think that they've got that anymore. After they were beefing in the locker room after last game, get a stop defense and all this stuff. Steelers.
I got Steelers as well, but maybe the bye might have done the Bengals some good. Who knows? For their defense, because their offense is still clicking like crazy. So
They just got the Steelers as well.
Cool. Steelers clean sweep. Cardinals 49ers. I believe I had the 49ers. What? Another divisional game in the NFC.
49ers.
NFC West, yes.
49ers for me as well. Gotta just go with the team that's better coached. And that has I think the backup quarterback I think Mac Jones is better than Jacoby Brissett, basically.
Some may say nay, some may say yay. But the way Mac's playing, fair play to him. Jacoby's playing fairly good himself. And the other game in that division, NFC West, is arguably the game of the weekend. The Rams versus the Seahawks in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. I've got the Seahawks taking the win.
I've got the Rams, haven't I? But it was
You
tough.
have got, yes, you've got the Rams and Dej has got the Seahawks.
Wow. Okay. So we're having a little breakaway. You two both got two that I haven't. Okay. Into rest. Well, Dej got the Bills in the Bills game. But okay,
yeah.
Broncos Chiefs.
I think I'm missing that game.
In Denver.
I've got the Chiefs, because of Andy Reid's record off the bye week.
Yeah, Mahomes as well. Well, I've got the Chiefs anyway. Big game in our division, AFC West matchup. Broncos always, last few years, especially at their ground, they tend to create quite a lot of turnovers, even when we won games. But Yeah, we kind of have to win this game.
Yeah, yeah. It's playoff. It's kind of playoff implications. As much as it's very early, it's very interesting how these games are kind of gearing towards playoff implications.
Mm,
But yeah, Dead Broncos.
okay, that's the
Yeah.
hate coming out after his Bills have just lost. I know it makes sense. AFC North matchup: Browns Ravens, where this game the reverse fixture was 41 something, 17 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. This game's in Cleveland though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The Ravens.
Yeah,
But
Ravens.
yeah. Yeah. But Browns do play them well, but they have no quarterback play.
I
So
mean, they didn't really last year, and they nicked a win off them.
yeah, they did. Obviously, Jameis came in,
Yeah, what a guy! What
but
a
they don't
guy!
even have that type of quarterback play.
Yeah, Jameis.
Jameis quarterback play is way higher than what they got now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jameis might get game time than I remember Russell Wilson's at the Giants. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Mm.
Some may say this might be the game of the week because there've been two. Well, this was their meant to be NFC matchup championship game last season. The Eagles Lions. The game in Philly. I genuinely can't remember who I went with.
You've got the Eagles, and me and Dej both have the Lions.
Wow, it's a brave choice. Which is weird for me because
Yeah.
I picked the Packers in this Packers Eagles game. Maybe because the game was in Green Bay. I've probably just given both home sort of games, but my head
Mm.
now, like, just think because I genuinely couldn't remember my pick. Right now, my head's Eagles, my heart's Lions, so I have to stick with my pick. I got the Eagles. And then the Monday night game is the Raiders versus the Cowboys in Las Vegas, and we know the Cowboys' record on the road, but I know I went with the Cowboys still.
Yeah, Cowboys clean sweep is interesting one. We've all done that because the Cowboys were terrible last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Obviously, they made changes. They made trades.
Yeah, yeah,
They did
yeah.
make
They have.
trades.
Um, they've
So we'll see
had
if they impact them.
they had their bye week, obviously. Um, and
Yeah.
what they're going through as an organization. So who knows with the Cowboys? Because a lot of people think their season's over, but um, yeah, again, it's one of those ones. Can they go on a little streak? But it's still hard with the NFC. There's so many teams. There may be a team with a winning record that don't make the playoffs. That don't even be a wild card
Yeah.
in the NFC. So yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one. So
Mhm. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and
mm,
see.
but
But
yes, that is
it's gearing up to
our
be a good week.
huh?
It's gearing up to be a good week because of all the divisional games and right games have. I feel like they have higher implications this week. So
Mm,
you
mm.
lose, it's 2 losses.
Yeah, it's true because, like you said, the NFC West, you got Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals. Rams, Seahawks both 7-2. Uh, 49ers 6-4. Cardinals what 3-6 or whatever. But like, there's another like division of death, as well as like the NFC
Yeah,
North. I think only the Vikings got a losing record in that division. So and they're 4 and
yeah.
5.
And you got the AFC North as well. If you lose, you could be last. Well, you can't be last place because Cleveland in last place. But if you lose, you could drop to third. You
Oh
win, you
yeah.
could be first. It's madness.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that division is the opposite of the
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
counterpart in the NFC. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It is a interesting one because, for instance, the Colts they go into the bye week fine in their division. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
relaxed. They know there's no position changing. It's just whether the actual one seed in the whole AFC in terms of New England and
yeah.
Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So, they'll be hoping the
The
Patriots
Chiefs can
somehow
win.
lose to the Jets, and then the Broncos lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Which
you're
could
right.
happen. Highly unlikely. The
Well,
first one, the
yeah,
first is Jets, yeah. But you never know.
no,
You never
I
know. So
mean,
we'll have to
as
see.
they say, any given Sunday, right?
In that case, any given Thursday.
You're not wrong, brother. You are not wrong. Let's just say any given match day in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're trying to do games on Wednesdays, everything now. Like last couple Christmas day, hey, but hey, who are we to complain? We love it. So that is our picks for week 11. Viewers, listeners, get involved. Like, send us your picks in the comments, whether that's on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whatever social else we're on. If you're, hey, message anything that you can of ours, and then yeah, it's good to see your picks as well and what you think of our predictions. Obviously, we post our leaderboards as well. So yeah, it's just a little bit of fun where we do some slight analysis on the games, but sometimes our head wins over our hearts, as you can tell from some of our picks. But yes, that is us for this episode of week 11, well, week 10 and week 11 in the NFL. Like, comment, subscribe, everything. Joe, I am out of here for good.
Jacob, see you later on, people.
See you next week.